I guess all of us here, without fail, it will be for the first time to attend tomorrow's event, and it might be the last time. It's an event that doesn't happen every day, every year, every month. It's an event that for some time it had happened in early 70s until 71. That's why most of the people that were there are not here anymore. You might not be there yourself when it happens again. So it is important that you take full advantage of what will be happening tomorrow. Your advantage is not to be tourists to visit. Yes, enjoy the day, because the King of the Zulus will be given certificate by the President, His Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa, tomorrow in front of the nation, in front of the province, in front of the world. Will be saying, Nansi Nkosi yethu, okandaba uyamemeza. Then tomorrow, the King of AmaZulu, uMisuzulu kaZwelithini, okuZwelithini kaBheki Cele, okuBheki Cele kaSolomon, ekuSolomon kaDinuzulu, ekuDinuzulu kaMpande, ekuMpande kaSenza ngakhona. Tomorrow will be handed over to be seen by all of us as the President saying, here it is, because abakwaZulu nendlu yonke sebembekile ngesikhathi ephuma esibayeni. So there should be no confusion. Tomorrow there is no coronation of the king. It's handing over of certificate, because that has been done. Yours is to make sure that all happens peacefully, as Commissioner or as General Slapane has pronounced and has announced, has put online what is our job. General Slapane, you left just one point, one portion on the elaboration of the Constitution. You said we must uphold the law. The portion you left that and enforce it. That's a portion you left. We uphold the law and enforce it. Tomorrow, starting from yesterday, today, tomorrow and after, your job is to enforce the law. Anything, anybody that gets out of the way, you must make sure that you put that person back on space, so that tomorrow and thereafter the situation and the event is given the dignity that it deserves. Half of you are here as you are deployed in the province, because our deployment is not just here at Tewini, it's in the province. There are routes of people that are coming here. We have saturated those routes as people come here. You are deployed on the hotels, you are deployed around where people will be. You'll be given your jobs what to do. Please stick with your job. Please stick with what you're supposed to do. But also yourselves, stick with the behavior. You must make sure that you behave at the highest level, so that this kind of event is blessed as supposed to be, is respected. For it to be respected, you are supposed to respect it, and you respect yourself. Help one another, call to one another if get out of the way, remind one another that's not the way of doing things. Remember, the world and the eyes of the world are on you. Remember that you are representatives, you are the face of the government, you are the face of the event. The world tomorrow will descend upon you. Please be good representative. Do things that you're supposed to do, and don't do things that you are not supposed to do. So that will be important. Starting from now on, South Africa must have hope on you. When you see things that are not supposed to be there, deal with those things decisively, but do everything within the law. Be decisive, be tough, keep the law, uphold the law, and enforce the law. Glad that here we are multi-party, we are multi-organization approach. Everybody's here, starting from the police, there are different units. I can see the road traffic inspectorate. Remember that the crime itself is on the road, stop it there on the highway. I see the Metro Police, I see other components, crime intelligence, everybody is here. Today, tomorrow is a big day. We all belong here. We say tomorrow, Bayete, Wenawe Zulu. Make sure that you are there to protect and serve, or to serve and protect. Not a day to talk too much, it's a day to do more. So it will be important that will be dismissed and go to your places, to your post. Don't leave your post, but make sure that you assist and you assist one another, you support one another, you support that, or those thousands of people that will be here. 48,000 of them will be expected to be here, and there will be an overflow of people outside the stadium. We still have to support wherever they will be. So the day will start early tomorrow. We know that the gates open at 7:30, as the Minister Zuma said, and then we'll be there early. Don't only enforce the law, but also take care of those individuals, of those people that will be there. You see an elderly person, assist those persons. You see a young one, assist those persons, make them to find the way and make everybody feel comfortable, but more than anything, make everybody safe. Finally, when the sun goes down tonight, you must understand that the safety of all of us starts. You are not allowed to sleep. You are not allowed to deviate and get out of your way. You are not allowed to drink things that you're not supposed to drink. You are allowed to drink. Go out and drink a lot. Please drink a lot, Mapoisa, drink a lot of water, so that we are very sharp, we are very fresh, we are vigilant, you are agile, and be able to face the big once-off task that will be in front of you. Thank you very much, police management. Now you can tell them to go and work. We are memeza Ogandaba. Thank you very much. And those marches, the Pride March in Sentin, the other one is a Rugby match, the other one is that famous derby. All that, we're fixed with it, we're ready for it. Even if there were no threats, they would have still prepared for it. In Western Cape, we are prepared and protecting those sensitive areas according to the threat that has been issued. But speaking to the intelligence responsible people, they argue that up to this point, we do not have evidence on the table of the thing that has been said. I know that they've met people, speaking to the Deputy Minister responsible and the Minister responsible yesterday. No evidence has been put on the table. But as the President has spoken around that, so we'll stick with that statement made by the President.
All right, Mr. Next question.
Sipamandla Koke from ENCA. Now that you say there is no evidence, are you worried with the way the Americans communicated this notice about this possible threat? But number two, on Krugersdorp, a number of charges have been withdrawn against people who were arrested there. You said you were positive that you had the right people. Are you disappointed that some charges have been withdrawn, particularly rape and sexual offences cases in that regard? What went wrong there?
Well, the first one, the President has spoken on it. I have no addition or subtraction on what the President has said. The second one, you remember that many people were rounded off there, quite a big number. And then the first step was a identification photo parade that was made, and the victims, the people that were survivors, identified those 14 people. The arrest was based exactly on that. But because it's a sexual offense and the rape, we had to go an extra mile as usually do. We went for the DNA. We wanted to be thorough to such an extent that half of those people, the second DNA was taken. All that DNA has come back negative. But let me say, the way we were thorough, we created a special team in the laboratories to deal with the issues of Krugersdorp. 300 DNA tests have been taken to be far beyond these 14 people that have been arrested. When we go for verification, especially for the people that have identified those people, they were very much hesitant. They were very much not sure as they were in the initial. Well, it can be explained from the understanding of themselves why they were not sure. So NPA then could not take the matter forward. But it must be said here that the investigations are going on and other elements are still looked at. You remember that there is a case, even as we speak today, that is going on the matter. Disappointed? Yes, because we thought we would have arrived at our destination, but disappointed? No, because we are continuing and will finally crack the case.
All right, let me just see if there's more hands. There's another one. SABC, go ahead.
Minister Jay Paulson from the SABC, just to come back to the province, in terms of deployment of police, how many exactly will be deployed?
Why do you always ask a question that you know won't find the answer? We've deployed enough. As I've said, the forces you see here is half of what is deployed. We have saturated the roads, the highways. There are highways that are identified coming from some, especially from north of the province and in inland of the province coming down. We know those roads. We're fine with them for next 24 hours. As we know that in next 24 hours there will be event, there will be no sleep, and we are very much satisfied. But as Zianda has asked about the issue of the country, we're satisfied that we're fine in Sentin, we're satisfied that we're fine with Dabi, we're satisfied that we're fine with Rapi, we're fine here. All these events are looked after, and we're very fine as the South African Police Service.
All right, Minister, let's take maybe this last round, and I believe there are some follow-up questions. Mr. Mgambi, let me see, and also SAP. All right, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Minister Cele from Newsroom Africa. July unrest, you were flat-footed. There's no argument around that. What is your message to South Africans who intend attending these gatherings on the back of these terrorist arrests or terrorist alerts? Why should we trust what you're saying?
Well, Cole, that's why you talk about July alone. Nothing has happened. There have been many threats after that July. You remember 1 August, it was going to be nothing moving. In September, there was nothing to be moving. The last is July. That's why we talk about July only. So maybe as you flat-footed, I don't know how flat-footed we were, but since then, nothing major has happened, and nothing major has not been taken care of by the security forces and law enforcement in South Africa up to this one. So that alert, I repeat, we don't have evidence on the table of it. But even if it wasn't there, our preparation would be on the level to say these events, including this one, must be proper. So whoever wants to come here, get free. You are invited. Uyamemezo kandaba. Utho kandaba wozani. Nizobona. Nihlale naye sonke sinethezeke siphuze umlaza ngameva kube mnandi, because ayikho into ezokwenzeka. Wonke umuntu eSouth Africa phansi kwalezi zimo uphephile.
All right.
ENCA. What is the threat level here? Is it high or severe for this event? And is the King's security heightened?
Well, security forces are briefed on that, and they work according to that brief, according to that level. But for now, everybody, including the King, the visitors, the guests, is safe, and that safety is looked after by the forces that you see.
All right, so maybe the last question, colleagues. Can we agree? All right.
Minister Jade from the SABC. Just in terms of safety of those that are attending, are there concerns about perhaps a stampede? We do know 48,000 will be in attendance.
Well, the organizers will be another meeting with the IMTT, that's a task team led by Minister Dlamini-Zuma. That 48 is well calculated. You remember that the stadium takes up to 60,000, but it's 48,000. That is to accommodate any other eventuality, but also there is an overflow of this park and the other park. We're very confident that those numbers will be well managed. Hence, even the call on the police to say, while you look on the security matters, you also look on the welfare of the people, guide them, and we will be now and again assessing and looking on the question of the numbers. Even the planning of giving the food has been part of the plan, is also worked on the security, that the security stays. So the 48 numbers, including those that will be overflow numbers, are well taken care of. We believe that that has been properly planned.
All right. Thank you, Minister. Thank you, General. Thank you, DM. Thank you, colleagues. Siyabonga.
Can I ask the media to move away, please?
Well, that was the Minister of Police, Minister Bheki Cele, just briefing the media ahead of the coronation or the certificate handover to the King Misuzulu kaZwelithini's by President Cyril Ramaphosa. As you heard the ministers speaking there, saying that all the plans are on track, that they are very confident in SAPS and those members who will be working tomorrow. If I can just ask my camera and colleague Tulani Ngobo just to show you some of the SAPS members who will be on duty, hitting the floor running. Even the minister saying there to them that they will not be sleeping tonight. They need to be agile, they need to be woke, they need to be vigilant. Come tomorrow, come when we see thousands of people flock to Moses Mabhida Stadium, when we see this historic event taking place. I'm going to hand it back to you in studio.